Everyone, Messy Coder back again with a Unity tutorial showing you how you can use the Unity 2019 and 2018.3 and above terrain system. We're going to play with stamps, painting and putting down trees and having a lot of fun with the special guests. So sit back, enjoy, hopefully I won't crash this plane, and I'll see you all in a second. All of the trees. Hi everyone, Messy Coder back again inside Unity. I'm playing about with Unity 2018.3. This is the terrain system I'm going to be focusing on, which is the same as in 2019 as well. It's a lot different to earlier versions of Unity, and it did take me a little bit by surprise, I have to say. We've got some new features such as stamps, and stamps were made popular with assets such as Gaia. And to take advantage of that, I am downloaded in some stamps from Blackwoods Gaming, which is called Gaia Stamps Pack Volume 2 Mountain and Volcano. If I pop back into Unity now, you'll go and I'll right click, create 3D object, a terrain. And you'll also notice that I've got these little squares that have magically appeared around my terrain, and that's because over here on the right hand side you can see create neighbor terrains. And if I click on one of these, pow, I've actually got a terrain that's made next to it, and kapow, kapow, I've got 4 terrains, and I've got more of these boxes that I can select around there as well. Now if I just for a moment delete these, so go back to my first one, also see here on the terrain settings I've got a 500 by 500 terrain, and if I now click on my little drop down, you'll see that I've got raise and lower terrain, paint texture, set height, smooth height, which are features we had previously, and stamp terrain, which is that new one. And obviously there are a lot of assets now on the asset store that you've got stamping, not just Gaia, but Unity now have their own free version, and to be fair, it does feel like they've only just got started. It is very basic indeed. If I click on new brush, I can then go and type in vol for volcanoes. I'm going to grab one of Blackwoods Gaming's volcanoes, this one, and you'll notice that boom, it's created it whichever folder that I was in over here. So if I was, let me just delete that, pow, delete it, kajawa. If I was in this folder and selected and I created it, stamp height, new brush, let's just choose anything, this one, you'll see new brush has appeared. Just delete that, and I go back here into my brushes folder because I want to keep it nice and tidy. You'll also notice that it doesn't actually have to be a black and white, it can be anything. So if I go back again to stamp terrains, and knowing that it doesn't remember that was there, click on new brush, and if I choose this here with its leaves and I click on my brush, you'll see that, hey look, it's trying to make one out of that. And if I go to my terrain, stamp, and I choose that weird one, brush size, make it big, make it strong, make it tall, click on it, and now I've got a freaky brush made up of that picture. So to control Z that, we don't really want that. I'm going to delete this brush and I'm going to create a new one. Back again, stamp terrains, new brush, vol, going to choose this volcanoes 3. Gonna change the name of my brush to be vol brush 003. Go back to my terrain again, go back to stamp height, that's really annoying, and if I hold down left shift and wheelie my mouse, you can see that it's going to change the height. Like with Unity Editor that we know and love, this number hasn't updated until I wiggle my mouse over here, and now it's active and then it updated. If I choose that bottom brush, you can see vol brush 003, and if I boom click on this, I can also change off the fall off and the radius scale as well. And if I make my brush really big, which unfortunately it's only going up to 469 and my terrain is 500, so you'll notice I've got these weird hard cut edges. If I change the radius scale down here to the bottom, it's got a nice circle, go right up to the top, it's a square, so I want to be about here. There you go, that's not so bad. I can also play about with the fall off, and you'll notice that if I add a key and then just start mucking about, you can see how it changes in real time as well over there. That's actually quite nice. So if I click, boom, there we go, we've got our terrain. Now if I go back to create neighbor terrains, cling, cling, kablowy, now go back to stamp terrains and I click here in the middle, you'll see that my stamp has affected all 4 of those terrains at the same time. And if I make another brush, let me see here, this volcano, and gonna make that one already is big. And if I now put my opacity really strong and I click here, bang, you can see I've got those lines. If I undo, make my opacity really low, this new brush is not going to compete with the old one. The old one is going to be stronger, so you don't get those lines. And it also, boom, gently changes the stamp. Nice touch. You see that in other stamping tools, but you don't have as much control as you do in the other tools. But you know, it's nice, nice to have. Annoyingly, because the terrain was flat here, now you can see here I've got this hard line around. It would be nice if I could just go, look, fill this stamp to the size of my terrain. So now I've got loads of those. So I have to go here to smooth height and set my brush and just start smoothing out. And it's not even doing a great job of it, to be honest. That's a shame. Oh, I've got here my brush selected here as well. That's a nice touch though. I can use this brush to smooth out based on that shape. If I go to the circly one and now do it, still not getting a great job at the end of the day here. Let's make those. Boom. Let's make some bigger stamps. So let's go crazy. Pow. Kablamo. This one. Cool. There we go. More stamps. And there you go. More stamps going on. And if I choose this freaky one here. No, I don't like that one. I like this circly one. And I put it in the middle. There you go. Interesting shapes. I can't actually subtract though, which is annoying. But what I can do is use the set or raise lower terrain and hold down left shift to erase. And because I've got that stamp selected, it's erasing based on that stamp. And I keep on clicking, erases, 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 erases. So that's nice. That's how you do it in inverse. Boom, 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 boom. Not fantastic, but yeah, better than nothing. If I want to add now some textures, this is another big change that we've noticed. If I go over to paint textures, you see I've still got my brushes selected, but I've got no textures. And I've got the standard assets, and I've also put in the 3D Game Kit environment pack from Unity. Both of those are free. And if I edit and create a new layer, it's going to ask me for something. So I'm going to find here, actually before we do that, let's have a look. Textures. Which one are we going to use? This muddy ground albedo, because he's got a normal. So if I go create a layer again, same issue we had before. So when I go back into the root, I'm going to do it in this folder here. Create a layer. I'm going to type in muddy ground. Now you see that I've got a layer that's appeared. And if I click on my, oh, where's my, hang on. There he is. Here's my terrain. Click on that. Add now. Actually, if I click on it, double click on it, I can now even edit it. So normal map. If I type in muddy, and now I've got a normal added onto it. And if I zoom in a little bit, which you can't really see, here we go. Let's put that brush down really small so you can actually see what's going on. And I can change the normals as well. And that's saved on this layer, which, you know, pretty much going to guess that it's like a scriptable object. I can change my metallic, my smoothness as well. You can even change, you know, as always, the tiling settings that you could before. And if I go to this terrain, which is this one here, and I click on edit terrain layers, this is an interesting bug that I can still see the new layer even though I'm on a different one, and add a layer, add in my new layer that I had from there, and I can do the same on this terrain, add the layer, and I can add that existing layer as well. Now if I want to add another one, so I create a new layer, and this one's going to be grass hill albedo, boom, and now I've got a new one I've created. I don't have a normal for him. I wonder if I can just grab somebody else's normal. Normal, no, there's nothing really that's going to work for that one, so let's not even bother. And let's paint in. I can use my brush to paint as well, which is exciting. So make a nice big brush, opacity about here, and I can just start painting in. But can I start dragging over here? I can. When I do, let's see if it's automatically added in that layer on that terrain. If I click on this terrain, I can see the two. I can see a note, and this one should not have. Oh no, it's all of them as well. Did I overlap a little bit? Yeah, I did. Overlapped just a touch. That's exciting. Let's create another one. Create another layer, and this one's going to be rocks or ricks. Rock. Here you go. Rocky albedo. And where was it? It was here on this one. Very easy to accidentally click off. And if I click there and I say rock albedo, mud rock normals. It's not the same one, is it? It's not the same one at all. So let's delete that. And now if I start painting with this one, let's just use this brush. Go crazy size. No, let's not go crazy size. When I have more control of it, and just start painting there. Let's make our opacity down. Put a bit of grass here at the bottom, and here. And now if I have my rock and just paint over to this one, and we're going to say, yep, it's got 3. This one's just got 2, and this one's just got 2 because it didn't paint that layer over to that terrain. So that's a nice touch. Very easy just to carry on painting over from one to another. You can add your normals. Wouldn't really call them layers, to be honest. It could have another name for them, because with a layer I'd assume that you'd be able to change the order of it, apply a filter to it, have an effect on it. But no, it's just like a scriptable object of a texture that I can just add from one terrain to another. You can really see that where the merge is here from those tiles. It's not the terrains stitching together. That is entirely the stamps. That is entirely that cheeky stamp. Wow, it's really annoying. Let's blend that out. So blending that out really does ruin any definition that you had on the terrain. It's a shame. That is a shame. Needs to have a better stamping system. Not terribly impressed with the free stamping system that we've just been given. But hey, it's better than nothing. I like the multi-tile. I like how easy it is just to paint and then have a texture carry on over to another one. That's a nice touch. But the stamping, not that impressed with, to be honest. If I want to add trees, have we got any difference with the trees? Click add a tree, and let's find some trees we had in this environment pack. Let's scroll down. Oh look, some alien-y trees. Should we use alien-y trees? Or let's just use a broadleaf. Desktop, come on, click add, and add a tree, and oh no, it's the same one, it's just a broadleaf. Where's the C? There you go, conifer. Boom, and let's add another tree, and we have another green tree. Is there another lovely green tree to add? Palm? There you go, a palm tree. Knock, knock, knock on the door. Wonder who that is. Somebody at the door. There's somebody at the door. Hello, Teddy.
Hi.
Do you want to see us put some trees down? Yeah? 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 Okay. Now, we can click this mass place trees button. If we do, it tells us how many trees do we want to put down. That's a lot of trees. That is 10,000 trees. Should we do it?
I want one tree.
You want one tree? Just one tree? I'm not sure I can just put one tree down. Let's try it. There's just one tree.
I want 100 trees.
Oh, now you want 100 trees?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's have a nice variation of our trees. Click mass place trees and 100. And now we'll add 100 of these 3 different trees. Click place. There you go. There's 100 trees.
And 1,000 trees.
Now you want 1,000 trees.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you're sure. Now there's 1,000. There's 1,101 because it kept all of the existing trees. Should we put a man down on the floor and have him walk around those trees?
I want 100.
100 men or 100 trees?
100 men.
100 men? I don't have 100 men, darling.
Only one.
Only one. What are we going to do with 100 men?
Swap different men to men.
Well, that makes sense, but... So, should we add our car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's put our camera down. Free look camera rig. Let's put our car. Put that car down. Click play. And let's do it. Let's drive. Okay. The camera needs to go vroom, vroom, vroom. So, we're here on this terrain where all these trees are. And if we drive up over this hill. Whoa! Did you see that jump?
Yeah.
That was a big jump, wasn't it? Oh, my tyre's stuck. My tyre got stuck. Oh no! My tyre got stuck in the hole.
Maybe get an airplane.
Maybe get an aeroplane?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try a plane.
Planes are actually the goodest things to fly over hills and trees.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are the goodest thing to fly over hills or trees. Oh! I crashed it. I crashed it. So yeah.
He needs to fly.
He does need to fly, doesn't he? Daddy shouldn't have crashed him. Let's go a bit higher. How about that? Yeah. Oh, pull up, pull up! Oh! Oh, Teddy! Daddy's not very good at flying, is he?
Wall driving.
Oh. Not very good at flying or driving?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
He's only good at walking.
Only good at walking?
Yeah.
Oh. Let's click play. That's better. So here we are in one terrain with all these trees on. And if we run and get past, now we're going to another terrain that won't have any trees on.
There's no mountains.
Oh, it's got mountains. It doesn't have any trees.
I want to go to a cave.
You want to go to a cave? Well, that's another asset called Digger. And we can actually make caves with that one. But that's for a different time. So now we want a different terrain. We didn't even notice that we got there, did we? No. Now, if we go back over here, we're going to go back to the other terrain where all the trees are on. So this one doesn't have any trees on because we only put down the trees in one terrain. It's a shame that it couldn't spawn things over two. You see that line there? That is not because of the two terrains. That is because of the stamp. That sharp line of the stamp. That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. What do you think, Theo?
Go to the moon. The moon would be better.
It'd be better to go to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've lost the terrain, darling. Well, on that note, I think we better say goodbye. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say bye to everyone.
Bye.
Don't forget to click subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah. And if you do like it, click it. Bye.
Bye.
If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now, and down below there's that big juicy subscribe button, and right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.